I've been tagged by a couple of people, it seems, to answer 5 questions. So, here we go. I'm just making up some seed starting mix using my own vermicompost and some added perlite. You guys are all way ahead of me with the seed sowing, so I need to play catch up. Now, Purple Sweet Pea tagged me. I had this ready to go up yesterday, but for various reasons couldn't get it up. And then I just watched Terry's video this morning, and I've realised he's tagged me as well. I just want to say I'm way behind. That's Purple Sweet Pea there. I'm way behind on watching everybody's videos. I have been subscribing to a lot of new channels, which I've found from the shoutouts, which is a great way to organically grow our community. So if anybody else has shouted me out and I haven't mentioned you, I know Terry has for these questions and Purple Sweet Pea, but if I've missed anybody, I apologise, and I will acknowledge as soon as I catch up and find out. So anyhow, without further ado, let's get into the questions. So the first question is, why an allotment? Well, as a young couple, we thought it would be a fun thing to do, to grow our own fruit and veg. Mrs. Worms has always been healthier than me and eaten healthier than I have, so we thought that would be fun. Then we started a family, and we devoted as much of the garden space that we had to play areas for them. With a little bit of growing space, and again we thought what we need is an allotment. What we didn't know at the time was it was going to take the council 24 years in this January to actually give us one. The next question is, why do YouTube? Well, as I said before, I'm an accidental YouTuber. I was trying to send somebody a huge video file over email because that was the only thing I used at the time. I thought YouTube was full of 7 to 14-year-olds that just played video games and showed off their scores on YouTube videos. They suggested putting it on YouTube, and that way they could watch it. I then noticed other people started watching it. I got a couple of subscribers, and then I started exploring YouTube for gardening and composting channels, and found all of you guys and found an incredible wealth of information. So I've been learning and trying to share my little bits that I know ever since. The rest is history, as they say. So the next question is, how long have you been growing for? On and off all my life. As a kid, we had one side of the garden devoted to potatoes, rhubarb and onions. Yes, we were very poor, and that's all we ate. So it was my job to look after that bit of the garden. We never grew anything much in terms of salads and stuff. I've forgotten the question. Oh yes, how long have you been growing for? So yeah, that's it. Pretty much since a child, but very intermittently. Wherever I've lived, there's been a garden, or I've been able to put a few containers. I've always tried to grow something. But it's not been, up until recently, it's not been a huge part of my life, just because of bringing up family, work and lots of other commitments. But it's always been there. It's always been there in the background one way or another. So the next question is, what do you grow? Well, last year it was mostly salad stuff because we have vegetarians in the family, potatoes and what else? That's about it, really. Nothing very exciting, but it was quite successful, and having watched all your videos on the various things you're growing, I'm inspired to do a lot more this year. So this year I'm going to be growing for the first time peppers, corn, tomatoes, different varieties. Most of what I grew last year actually grew themselves. They were self-seeded in a compost, and I just potted them out. I've got things like kohlrabi. I'm going to try the brassicas for the first time. I grew one cauliflower last year. It was an absolute disaster. Oh yes, top tip: when you're transporting perlite in a pot down the garden path, don't use a flower pot with holes at the bottom. So yeah, I'm going to be trying a lot more stuff this year. The next question is your favorite thing to grow. A bit boring, but salad stuff, and the reason is because of the amount of vegetarians in the family. It all gets eaten, and it's very satisfying to grow stuff, and then your family members pop out the back garden with a knife and a little trug, and they collect up a salad stuff which they're going to make for the lunch and eat that evening with their dinner, and pick out your own potatoes. So, although not terribly exciting, it has to be all the salad greens. Just like I say, because they all get eaten as soon as they're ready to be eaten. So that's very satisfying. It's time to give a shout out to these channels that have less than 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to put links to them, to their channels, under the shout out Sunday on my front page. It'll be shout out Sunday number 5. And these guys I'm also going to tag. To be honest, because I'm so far behind in watching all your videos, I don't know who's tagged who, so apologies if you guys have already been tagged. Also, of course, it's completely voluntary. If you don't want to do the tag, you don't have to, of course. But the first one up is CEO Amaru. Now this guy's channel is new to me. He's doing brilliant stuff on his allotment. He's constructing a decking out of pallet wood on which he'll put his shed, smothering a load of weeds using the old cardboard technique. And it's going to be really good watching how his allotment develops over time. So be sure to check out CEO Amaru. Next one is L'Ombri Compostage Facile. Now this guy's channel is all in French because he is French, but his videos on his worm bins and the experiments he does in his worm bins, for example trying to deal with the various pests, are so clear and so detailed and so well filmed that you don't have to understand a single word of French to know what it is that he's doing. He's got an absolutely awesome worm composting channel. Please go and check him out. Next one is Ginger Welsh Allotment. Now, the reason I'm smiling and laughing when I say Ginger Welsh Allotment is because this lady's channel is absolutely infectious. Her enthusiasm is infectious. Her energy levels are infectious. She's absolutely goes full steam at her allotment and her growing projects, and you can't help but get enthused when you watch her videos. So please go and check out Ginger Welsh Allotment. Link is in the description, not in the description, in the Shout Out Sunday playlist. And the next is Ronald Shaw. Now, Ronald is doing absolutely brilliant stuff. The guy has a car park. Yes, a car park, and he's growing. He's made a little greenhouse. He's got containers there, and he's using his car parking space to grow, and it's absolutely brilliant to watch. So again, the link to his channel is under the Shout Out Sunday tag, so please go and check out Ronald. And last but not least, by any means, is Allotmental's Allotment and Garden. This guy's approach is absolutely no nonsense. I love it. It's bish bosh, in you go, grow. No faffing about whatsoever. I love this guy's channel, so please go and check him out. There's also, Terry tagged me, but Terry is, and I've got Terry's channel linked in one of the first shout out Sundays. So check out these guys, please. If you guys want to do the tag, please go for it. We'd love to hear your story. But also check out the previous shout out Sundays that I've done, and if you're not subscribed to those channels, please consider doing so, because they all produce absolutely brilliant content and are great people to engage with. That's it. Bye for now.